Good evening. How are you? So we're gonna have some hut time tonight. Hold on. Mm. So we're gonna have some hut time tonight. We're gonna do some plantain work. Maybe I do need that light. Guess so. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? We are going to have some hut time tonight and talk about a new herb. We are going to talk about plantain tonight. If you have plantain in your yard, along your hedgerows, anywhere you're looking for it, this one is a great one to have. Now, I have a whole bunch of friends that I brought out to play tonight, plantain, but we're going to give it a couple minutes. And I'm just going to start doing a couple things while I'm talking so you guys can all get comfy and get a piece of paper a, and we will talk about plantain. What is plantain? First of all, there are two types of plantain. Tonight, we're going to talk about this broadleaf, which gets really nice and tall, kind of like an arrow, grows in little bunches. And over time, as you see it grow, it will get these trendrils. Okay. They get nice and tall. I take the tops off of them. They're a little peppery and toss them in a saucepan with some olive oil. Make yourself a really nice crouton. They're so good. Yes, I'm eating plants. If you're not using your backyard as a salad station, I don't know what you're doing. But alas, ooh, they're so good. They have like an earthy taste to them too. So we're going to take three of these to start. Okay. I'm a big fan of the weaving. Before we start, we're just going to weave these together. And I am looking for my candle. Here she is. And we're going to wrap these around a candle. Now, why would I do this? Okay, hold on. I'm going to give you the whole what for. Okay. Um, so great thing about this herb is that you can use Mother Nature's scissors, which are your teeth. And you see this beautiful package? I'm going to show you how this beautiful package can be used for spirit talking. Okay. So you're going to wrap those around and then we're going to go on. Now, what are we using this for? Well, if you're in your 40s, you probably have an upset tummy more than you don't have an upset tummy. These are great in tea. These are great as tincture. Put a little bit of this. Now, when I say a little, you're not going to have to look hard for it. You're going to get lots of it at a time. Okay. Hair. You're going to smell it. It smells nice and earthy. This is a great grounding herb. Okay. So when I dry this, I never cut this with scissors. I never cut this, period. It's funny, there's grass all through it because of the where I harvest it today. And you have all this. Okay. Number one, they're great to dry and tie at the bottoms and make little fans. Okay. And you can use these for smudging. Super easy, super cool. I'm sorry, saying they have a really natural aroma. They dry super quick, but I like to add them to teas. So I put this, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of rubus for my belly. I have really bad ulcer problems in the liner of my stomach. This is a perfect herb for that. It is free and it is in your yard. Are we understanding each other? This is like medicine and it's right there in your arm. It doesn't have a whole lot of back thing. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to get out the tool and we're going to put this in our mortar and pestle. Okay. Now I'm going to make a spirit blend. Okay. Yeah, I said spirit blend. Absolutely spirit blend. So we're going to take a little bit of mugwort. You're going to put your mugwort in there. Okay, so this is for those of you that do divination work, do singing work, all those things, and you're going to crush it. Okay, keep it in there, like, see, and keep that going. Now, when I do it, I'll add a little bit of orris root. Did she say orris root? Do you have orris root? Get orris root. We'll do that one next week. Orris root. Okay, a little bit in there for spirit communication. And then because I'm going to use it to call forth ancestors, I'm going to go in here with my wild rose hips from my hedge. Pour those in. Okay. And I'm going to grind it. That is so satisfying. Just, it's Monday, right? Everything that was your Monday, just take it out, get it out. And then, yeah, roll it. And you're going to have all this beautiful blend in here. Look at this. This is the fresh plantain, mugwort, orris root. I'm going to put a little tansy in for good luck in my divination. And finally, some lavender because, yeah, lavender is where it's at. This is again harvested from my yard. Put it on the little stems, put it in a. Okay, so if you don't want to lose any of your lavender, okay, if you're like me, every ounce of herb is worth it. That's why I don't text people very often and curse them because they're not worth my fucking herbs. I grow this shit. So put it in there. This smell is going to be amazing. And remember, the plantain is the grounding item in this alchemization. It is the earth element that is going to pull you in. Now, this is mullein, cowboy toilet paper. And I am going to take this. I am going to put this in here. Are you ready? And I am going to put this in the center. And I'm going to wrap that up like a little package. And then I will set this down in whatever I'm going to burn it in. Oh, like, look. That's a fatty. We're going to light that candle, and as the wax goes through there and all the herbs come up through, you're going to have a beautiful smell, a beautiful smoke that is conducive to calling spirits. This is a spirit bundle. So it was mullein, orris root, lavender, rose hips, mugwort, plantain for the base. I prefer dried plantain, but I don't have much of that left. So I had to use that fresh today. I know, right? Noise. If you say nice, you have to say it right. Noise. That's noise. My daughter lives in Philadelphia now for school. Noise. Noise. So we're going to hold this here. So I'm going to go back here and get a jar. And as always, when I make something to use for spirit work, I root it in salt. This is my Himalayan black salt. I use a lot of that in my practice. Don't waste any of this. Put the herb blend down in the bottom of that candle because when you're done, you'll have all that in there to maybe use for another day, right? And then we'll put it down in here. I'm going to show you. So this will sit on my altar till full moon and dark moon, but it's made now. So it's in the waxing stage of the moon and it is building magic till full and dark. Like, what the hell? That right there, friends, is a spell candle. Like, that simple. If you're not getting your mullein in full pieces, you really need to find a hedge witch and you need to hook up with her and you need to get your mullein in full places. Okay, so we're going to put all this in here. Remember, waste not, want not. Waste not, want not. Now, what else can we do with this? Okay, so here's another thing we're going to do. So, as I talk to you, I'm going to show you how this has little ribs in there. Okay, when you are making salves and oils, you want to crush that. Okay, you want to really crush it. Put it in your mortar and pestle because, oh, no, we won't put it in a mortar and pestle. Hold on. Because we're going to do something with this. Okay, I'm going to start with comfrey. Now, comfrey is very strong, not for daily use for your herbs. Nevertheless, for salves, I am going to put this in the bottom of the jar because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. And we'll do 6 for good measure, okay? I can count without my fingers. Also, so big, girl. Okay, close it up. Wait, you can't close it up first. You want to smell it? Want to smell that? Look at that. Are you even a witch if you don't have 50,000 mason jars all over your house? No. Now, because I'm going to make this into a salve, which is our goal here, I am going to put something else in here. I'm going to put a little lavender in for smell. Okay, so just a sprinkle with my fingers. Okay, and then we're going to prepare the plantain for this. Now, while I'm preparing it, I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to get it and crush it and put it in there. It is the root, the comfrey root is what I have there. I like the root for making salves. I love the leaves for when I'm just doing on the spot wound treatment. So if I'm treating a wound, I just like to have the comfrey leaf and the yarrow flower to use on the spot. But this is to make a salve, so I'm going to use the root, and I have a lot more of the root right now than I have of the leaves. My poor little plant's doing her best. This rain is really kicking our butts with the growing season here in the Northeast. So we're going to keep putting this through. Now, what kind of oil do you want to use? Morning. Hi, Among Sisters. How are you? Oh, now I have which stardom stock. I stalk her page. She is so amazing. Have you read her book, the Cognac book? I am like not even a witch from Australia, and I think I need that Australian book because I just need it. So yeah, that will probably be living on my shelf here soon. So we are going to fill this up now because this is going to be a salve. You're going to want to fill this all up, but let me talk to you about something. Let's talk about this. Oh, look, I have water on my boobies. It's a wet witch t-shirt contest. Are you even using herbs if you don't get wet boobies when you're doing this stuff? Okay, so watch. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm shaking it. I'm shaking it because I want the comfrey to bruise the plantain. Did you hear that? I am instigating bruising, okay? Why bruising? Bruising releases oils, okay? Bruising is good for the leaf. It starts the breakdown. So we get all the oils in the leaf, all the ribbing from the leaf, all the goodness that the goddess intended for that. Don't blush. You know you're a big deal. You know you are, girl. I think that is so cool how you have just Australian witches are really cool. If you don't have an Australian witch friend, you need to get one. My girl Leah's down there. She has a business called the Mystic Crone Cottage. She's been in our group for so long. Oh, Jen Hayden's down there. I love her. I just need a trip down there. Screw the spiders and the snakes. I'm coming because you all have the coolest stuff down there. And that Outback, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Outback. Now, if you're lucky enough and you have a mortar, you can go in there and crush it. Just crush it. Get it all out, right? Are you ready? Oh, that smells so good. Do you see that? So I've bruised the plantain with the lavender, done all the stuff. I put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up. See, you guys don't even know the madness that lives over here in the hag hut. This is my crazy place. So this is all going to sit like this. Now, what are we going to do next? Are you ready? And we're going to smell it again. There is no better combination than lavender and plantain. I don't know why. I don't know how, but this now, here comes my favorite part of making a salve. I gotta take my glasses off because I need to get intimate with this bottle. I need to speak into it and tell it what I want it to do. I want you to be infused into the most beautiful, healing, fragrant, magical oil that I could ever wish for. I want to be able to put it on my body and my wounds and my candles to bring about healing and grounding and the most magical me. Put that in there really tight. Okay? Why? Why are we talking in our jars? Why are we doing all this? Do you understand? Because in magic, it is about the journey. It is about all the amazing things that those herbs are going to do for you, be for you, and hold for you. So we know now that plantain can be used as a candle dressing for magic. We know now that if you add your favorite carrier oil in here, now I'm going to cheat with this one, okay? Because I have some really bad skeeter bites from rolling in the grass last night. So I am going to move this along a little bit because my plantain oil that I made earlier this year, this summer, this late spring summer, is in the hands of a very wonderful witch. I did not keep any for me. So now it is time to make mine. So I'm going to set this into a pot, fill it up here to water, put my oil in there, finger tighten, okay? And I'm going to let it simmer. And I'm going to force simmer it a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to let it sit overnight on my windowsill with a small birthday candle on top till I go to bed. So the birthday candle will be an intention, a little blue one of healing, because we all know a blue candle is for healing. And I'm going to sit that up on my windowsill tonight when I go to sleep because I want the goddess to be able to see it. And I want that moon to be able to shine onto it. And I'll sit it in a little bit of warm fire ash because I have a fire going right now. So I'll put it in a heat-proof bowl, set it into that warm fire ash. So it'll be warmed overnight too. Like, yeah, all the things, all the magic. What are you doing? And then tomorrow morning, I will strain it and I will, thank God my thunder thought got that. I'd have had to bend over. I will strain it, put it back into this bottle with some shea butter and a little bit of beeswax so it gets nice and thin. And they will put it into my little pretty little pots. Do you have pots? And a little bit of beeswax so it gets nice and thin. And they will put it into my little pretty little pots. Do you have pots like these? Like I have these all over. Oh, this one has crystal tint. This one is a jackpot. So I will put it into something like this to let it sit. Now, I will sprinkle a little lavender on the top of it and let it sit. And I will let it cure for 2 days and then I will be able to use it. If you want a quick cure, throw it in your ice box, your refrigerator, and let it get cold and it will be ready to use. If you have not made your own salves, if you have not harvested your own herbs, if you are not eating plantain and drinking cleavers and looking at all the most wonderful things in your life through your yard, what are you doing? Now, I have from time to time done something a little different with this herb. So, this is a vial. Now, I buy these all the time because when I make kits, I put my bath salts in them because I feel like they're more potion esque. These are more potion esque. You know what I mean? Like, you look a little magical when you walk into the bathroom with one of these. My husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm going to do a spell shower. So, like, it's a nice portion. Okay. Now, I'm going to have bath time tonight. So, I am going to show you what I'm going to put in my bath time tonight. Are you ready? I am going to take these trendles right here and I'm going to take the tops off, pull all the tops off, and put down in here. Okay. I have some lavender, which I'm going to take with me. Now, am I going to put this directly in my bath water? No. I'm going to use a little mesh baggie. I'll put that in there. Do you see? And then I'm going to fill this with my pre-loaded salt. So I have a cocoa powder, coffee ground, Epsom, sugar, and pink salt mixture that I have as a base for all times. And I will put this in, and this will be my healing bath for the night. So I'll just go ahead and put those things in there, throw it in the tub, and I'm ready to go. These are the things I am doing in my magic. Cocoa powder. Yes, I use cocoa powder all the time. I love it. It's great for a scrub. It's good for an exfoliant. It's magical. I live near Hershey, Pennsylvania. Cocoa powder is a staple in my magic. It is so abundant. It is so grounding. It is so strong. It smells amazing. If you have a sunburn, if you mix this, now I'm not getting the chocolate milk bag, I promise, but I'm going to tell you how this works. If you mix a little cocoa butter, a little cocoa powder, and you rub it on your skin with a little sugar after a burn. Now, I'm not talking about scrubbing it in, I'm talking about putting it on. And then I dip a thin baker's towel in full fat milk and I lay it on top. And I just lay there and let it sink in. It is epic. It is life changing. I am very fair, as you can see. I mean, I'm going to show you a little difference in burn. Um, and I look like a lobster when I come in from the sun. And that has changed the game for me so much. It has replenished my skin. It puts the fats back in my flesh from the burn, and I my color changes overnight. It has been a lifesaver for me. And actual, it's an old wives' tale in my family. The women in my family use the milk rag, but I have added the cocoa butter and the powder to my skin because I just like how it smells. And it makes it go in there, and the warm milk just feels so good. Because eventually your skin warms the towel. And the other great bonus is you don't smell terrible. I mean, I smell like a milk chocolate bar. How bad is that? I can take that all day long. And it actually is amazing, and it feels so good, and it's so replenishing. The sun is hard on our bodies. Plantain salve is great for bug bites. It's great for sunburns. It's great for actual kitchen burns. If you add it with aloe, you take that oil and you mix it with aloe, the healing process is jump started. I had my own restaurant and I burnt myself all the time. Plantain was a major part of my emergency kit. I always had plantain oil, straight up oil, right on my skin, got it through, just so I didn't have the scarring. This cut scarring. As a breast cancer survivor, I can tell you plantain has been a game changer in my scarring from ectomies to ports to my daughter's medical journey. We have used it so much and it has made such a huge difference. She had a hamstring lengthening. That scar is all but gone. And I'm going to tell you right now, my herbal uses have been a game changer for me. Um, it just has changed my journey. And I know a lot of people say you need Western medicine. Yes, absolutely. But don't negate what the land has to offer, because that medicine that you get from your land is amazing. I know using plantain and marshmallow root have been a game changer for me with my ulcer. I feel so much better. Do not use an herb till you speak to your medical provider. That is the first and foremost lesson. However, they do and are worth the discussion. So plantain is great. I am going to be putting this little PDF up for you later on TikTok for you to go ahead and get that. I will put this live onto my YouTube channel so you'll be able to find it. Tomorrow, I'm starting the Blue Jay. So we finished up the Robin last week with the nest of becoming. And this week, the Blue Jay is going to help us open that throat chakra and use some confidence. So I know a lot of us struggle with speaking our mind. You're going to heal yourself. So it's time to reveal yourself. So from the plantain to the blue jay, we're going to see what this wilderness has for us as witches. Thank you for your time tonight. Thanks for coming to spend with me. I have made so many things tonight with you, and that's just a couple. I mean, I made Melissa oil today, which is lemon balm. I use jojoba oil for cold sores and fever blisters and all those things here in our house. So maybe the herbs will work for you too. I spend a lot more time in my kitchen and my gardens than I do at any witch shop. Start looking at what's for free under your feet. It's a game changer. You're magic because you fucking say you are. Would you go try to be magic? Night. I hope the fairies see you to the light.